I wanted to share an exercise with you that I have devised that allows me to play long tones on the Overtone series of the saxophone. Hopefully you know about the Overtone series. We can take a low B flat fingering, for instance, and lip it up an octave, lip it up a fifth, and then another octave, a third above that, and then up to the fifth again. That's about as high as I take it. So that was the flat seven that you could lip it up to. Anyway, all those notes were produced with the low B flat fingering. You may or may not be familiar with Top Tones for Saxophone that was published in 1941. One thing that he says, if I can find this quote, even for the student, see, the goal of this book is altissimo register, and he's got fingerings in here, but he has 7 pages of exercises on the overtone series of the saxophone to prepare the student for playing the super high notes on the horn. He says here, though, but even for the student who does not aim to play a single tone above top F, there is no better single exercise to develop tone production and intonation than the playing of a few overtones each day. As said above, this corresponds to the lip slur on a brass instrument. My personal experience playing the overtone series on the saxophone is a great way to reconnect with the instrument if I haven't played it in a while, or if I've been playing the tenor saxophone for 3 months and I haven't touched the alto, but I need to play the alto, I will do some overtone exercises. And this is one of my favorites. I certainly was inspired by this book when I created this exercise, but I used to do the full scale, and sometimes I still do. But let me just demonstrate this on the tenor. You can see the fermata above the 5th note of each exercise. That's where I do the long tone. But otherwise, I will play these exercises pretty slowly anyway. So I'm getting the value of playing the other overtones. But you can see it moves up chromatically, and I am starting with an F and moving up to a high E, playing all of those notes as long tones. Let me demonstrate the first one. It does start off, this is an officially an overtone or a harmonic off of the low B flat. And the C is an overtone. I don't know if you call the D and the E flat. I'm just kind of faking it until we get to the register where they're 100% overtone series. But really my goal is the 5th note. That is my note I'm going to hold out and focus on and just kind of play for a while. Hold out for a while. So let me do the first one. You can see the bottom notes are what you finger. The top notes are what come out of the horn. That's the goal. First 5 notes of the major scale. As you're reading these, try to focus on the bottom notes, the notes that you're supposed to finger. You know what the first 5 degrees of a major scale sound like, so I don't think you need to be trying to read both parts. And then the other thing is try to eventually become familiar enough with the overtone series that is developed or produced off of low B flat, B, C, and C sharp. Become familiar enough with the overtone series that you can play stuff like this from memory without having to look at a visual reference. Anyway, let me do the first one. Fingering the low B flat and holding the F natural out. Move up a half step. Now on to C. Had to play low B flat and low C to get the F and the G on that one. And these fingerings start getting weird. I will hold them out longer than that, but for purposes of demonstration, obviously, I'm not going to do a full long tone like I would normally do. Let me do that one again. That one's really weird. We're really exercising the pinky keys on that one. Now we're up to the G scale. First 5 degrees of the G scale using the Overtone series. Up a half step to A flat. Here we are, A. Sometimes for these I will play the regular fingering just to get it in my head. That E harmonic is flat. It's just the way it is. But anyway, so that was actually all the keys. And this is an exercise I encourage you to do, encourage you to memorize this. Then see if you can do this in a minor tonality. It's going to be obviously different fingerings, but starting with B flat. Anyway, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. I have been doing so much teaching on my harmonica channel. I've avoided the saxophone channel. And I want to come back here and present some things that I'm learning regarding jazz improvisation and playing the saxophone. Can I demonstrate? You know what? I almost forgot. Let me play this on the alto. Here we go on the alto saxophone. I'm going to skip the last two if that's okay. I'm not... I played it earlier, but I'm not super proficient. I'll try this one. I'll try the last one. I struggle with the last two, obviously. Anyway, something to practice and work on. Hope this helps. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to try to do more here.